Hi, my name is Will, and welcome to this sort of transmission to, fuck. Hi, my name is Will, and welcome to the Distorted Transmission for today. I'm talking to a band from Wellington, New Zealand. The band is called Dear Antler. How are you?
We're good, thanks. Well,
yeah, good.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
Two of you are from Lubyanski.
Liked you so much, had to come back,
for the repeat performance. I haven't met the other two people there, so perhaps introductions are in order. Since I already know Tom, let's start with Tom. Favoritism.
So I'm Tom, play drums in Dear Antler, basically been with Bjorn for the last couple of years. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, kia ora, Will. I'm Bjorn, and I play guitar and sing in Dear Antler, and turns out I've been here the whole time.
And I'm Nat. I play bass in Dear Antler. It's been coming up a year, I think, with these guys, and obviously I've recently joined Lubyanski couple months in, so fresh meat.
You do some singing as well, mate.
Every now and then, yeah.
Tom, do you do any singing?
No. We talked about it, but it was quickly cut once we heard the recording playback.
Right.
The world just isn't quite ready for those notes that I'm capable of producing, so perhaps one day.
It does help out with samples as well, though, so...
Oh, yeah, sometimes when we get the samples working live, I'll press a button or three, so that's always fun.
I'm helping.
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't know that it's not actually plugged in at the wall.
Yeah.
Beyond, are you the ringleader?
Yeah. It definitely is. And we've had like a few people come and go as well. So initially, when I started out, we had a really dear friend of mine, Tom Mohi, who was playing bass, and we had Ruben, who was playing drums and doing some samples as well. And then everyone's left on good terms, and I've ended up with these guys, which has been great, actually. Yeah.
How did you sort of come to the decision to sort of formulate the band? Did you have a bunch of songs in mind, or did you just get together with some mates and go from there, or what was the concept?
I actually kind of had some quite specific concepts around this band, or when I was sort of toying with the idea. I've found in recent years that I'm really interested in, spirituality or the occult, or kind of religious elements as well. So a lot of the themes in the songs are quite deliberate, and I really thought about that for this band. Her music isn't particularly heavy, as much as I think it's safe to say that all of us here are metal fans on some level, but as much as I love all that stuff, I also love crooners like Roy Orbison, or, I'm a huge Danzig fan. And I wanted to write stuff that still had that grit, but lots of melody, but some of those kind of themes as well. And another thing that really kind of kicked this off was I first started writing the music for Dear Antler during the lockdowns. So during that time, I kind of, because everyone was kind of stuck at home, I had more of an opportunity to not be at work and think about what are the things I really want to write about during this time, and also seeing the way the world was reacting really influenced that for me as well.
I interview quite a few bands, obviously, and it's good to hear that a lot of the musicians who were sort of in the lockdowns, they actually took sort of more productive steps to sort of deal with sort of being at home all the time. And there was quite a lot of good stuff that sort of came out from that, musically, that is.
Absolutely. I think isolation and creativity can actually work really nicely. As much as I feel I really need to be able to create with other people, I still strongly feel that there are times when we're by ourselves that we can be super productive.
Next is releases. The first thing you released was With Jesus as My Shield, March 2023. Sweet Little Worm, which is my favorite track to date, June 2023. Death Caused by Dying, November 2023. And the word on the street is that you've got an album on the way. So let's talk about the album. Tell me everything about it.
Yeah, okay. Everything. Holy shit. That's a lot, man. Let's get our sleeping bags. I've come to understand in life, while I don't prescribe to any particular religion or anything like that, in fact, quite the opposite, I still consider myself to be a spiritual person. And I've found myself asking a lot of questions around that stuff as I get older, but also challenging some things as well. So there's some different themes within the album. For example, there's this particular tune called Teenage Satanic Recruitment Drive, and it's kind of inspired by the whole, Mormon movement and going and knocking on doors, but flipping that on its head and sort of doing the opposite and sort of going out and knocking on doors and encouraging people to sort of, I guess, be a bit more lucid in their thinking or abandoning structure.
Let's start with First Principles. How many tracks are on it?
It's 8.
8 or 9?
I think it's 8 or 9. Yeah. The fact that I can't remember is a little bit sort of telling, isn't it? Yeah, it's 8 or 9 tracks.
Have you actually finished recording all of them?
There's a tad bit of mixing left to do to a couple of tracks, and then the plan is to send them away to COG, and the mastering will be done there. So I've done all the mixing and the recording at home.
We all crowded into Bjorn's little shack, and he turned the cooling off, and took all of our water away and enslaved us for hours at a time on a Sunday, and got the album done.
Yeah, but we got the results, eh?
Yeah, we got the results. Yeah. So the proof is in the pudding, really, of that one.
So Bjorn, have you had experience doing that kind of work before?
I guess it's just something I've done over the years. I've recorded bands that I've played in prior, or friends' bands and stuff like that, and it's just something I've always been really, really interested in. In the past, I've gone and recorded at other studios and stuff, and I guess kind of doing this within a budget, but then looking at the bigger picture at the end of this, we are planning to get this printed and pressed onto vinyl, and once we've done that, I definitely plan for us to tour. But yeah, I also like to do all the things, and I was quite excited about just the prospect of putting this whole album together and kind of doing it our way, really. As much as this has been kind of my vision to start with, I really love what other people have brought to this. So, Nat and Tom's contribution has been amazing. We've also had some incredible guest appearances as well on the album, which I'm quite excited about too. We've got Ben Fulton from Red Witch Guitar Pedals. Sorry, he's got a beautiful solo on one particular track, and we've got Callum Worsley from Mana Mushroom. I used to play with him in a band called New Age Leper, so he's done a lot of additional guitars and organ in one track as well, which I'm really excited about too. And when we intend to tour this, we very much intend for him to be a part of that process as well. So it will be bigger than just the three of us.
Could we expand on that a little bit? What did you have in mind?
Me and my partner have recently had a baby, so it's been pretty low key on that front. in terms of just getting used to having a little one, in the house making lots of noise in their own way. So in my mind, I really wanted to get to that place of like feeling comfortable with that, and then planning the release of this album and getting to that space. And then once we get there and we're happy with the master tracks, then we'll start planning some dates. But I definitely plan to, play around the country and do our own shows, but also make sure that the bands we're playing with are bands we really want to, enjoy playing alongside.
Yeah, with the newborn in the mix, maybe much later on in the year, I suppose. Is sort of near the end of the year. Is that the kind of vibe?
Post sort of like more close towards July would be. Is that okay for you, mate? Yeah. I'm also quite keen to write some new stuff, which is, been kind of in my mind as well. Like we've worked on this for a little bit, and I've definitely got new ideas that are kind of swirling around in my head at the moment, which is nice. But I'd like to share them as well. Do
the other members sort of contribute to that? Like Nat, have you? This is actually a segue to try to get Nat to talk.
I don't want to.
Yeah, she's like, shh.
Do you feel that you're in a position in the band where you can, where you feel confident and comfortable enough to bring in your own ideas?
No, absolutely. I think I feel lucky to be in a space where we're already in a same sort of wavelength. When Bjorn has a riff or he's introduced an idea, if I play something, we're automatically, sweet, that sounds good, keep doing that, and then I can build off that. I do feel like it is easy for me to introduce my ideas my own, and I don't think I've been shot down any time since. Fingers crossed. But no, it's been really good so far. Even with the songs that have already been written prior to me joining, these guys have been really good. They're encouraging, and whatever I play sounds good, I think. Yeah,
definitely.
The new member often has a slightly different style of doing things, and so quite often when it comes to live presentation, for example, they will play it a little different or like add their own flair. Do you also do the same thing with all the tracks that were around before you joined?
To a certain extent, yes. I think because of the way that the previous songs have come about, it's in my head, I don't want to touch too much because it sounds good the way it is. So if we've previously, when we've played live, I haven't strayed away too far from what Tom has brought in when he was playing bass. Ever so slightly, there might be rhythmic difference, or, I know that I play differently than Tom does. So of course there's going to be a difference there, but I don't stray too far away from what has already been done because I think that's the way it should be done. But, going forward, of course, there's probably a big difference than the new material versus what has been previously written. So, yeah.
I definitely agree with that in terms of like there's a track on the album which is, I think, probably our most mellow track, a track called All of Your Sadness, and Nat's written a beautiful bass line that sort of sits under the melody of the guitar there. And initially when we were mucking around with that song, Tom had written quite a different bass line. And actually one of the great things about playing with different people is the nuances of their playing, and just going, well, actually, I can really visualize what you're playing in this finished product for this song. And not only that, I think you really, I don't know, maybe people think differently, but I think you really risk your music being one-dimensional if you're not prepared to listen to the ideas of other people within the space that you're writing that music with.
When is this album due to be coming out? We didn't even discuss that, did we?
No. Well, I don't, but we haven't got a set release date yet. But look, it won't be the end of the year. It's more likely going to be closer to the middle. Yeah. Right. So I'm thinking, July.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think that's probably all the time we're going to have to chat. So is there anything else you'd like to add to the end of the interview?
Cool. So I guess like first thing is big shout out to the crackhead we met outside the car park at one of our gigs in Hastings, Hawke's Bay. He was great. He composed a song for us at 1:00 in the morning. Wouldn't let us leave the venue. that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome gig.
Yeah, that touched me. Yeah, in ways that I'm not prepared to share on this interview. Thanks to everyone who's been supporting us on our musical journey, and we'll have more music for you soon.
And definitely a shout out to Tom and Ruben and everyone else that have been a part of the tracks that have been recorded and gigs, and everyone that we've played with, and people who support our music as well.
It was almost as if you were coached. That was so smooth.
Yeah. I think there was a degree of grooming that happened. Yeah.
Thanks very much for the chat. I've learned a little bit more about your band. Best luck for everything for the year to come. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
See you later.
And thanks for watching.